You recently commented, Mr. President, that if it were not for the United States, European countries would be speaking German. Dare I say that if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking French.
Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this work with all faith and sincerity, scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you, I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be sent around the video that's on the screen. And, this was a little tongue-in-cheek gesture by King Charles of England, kind of humbling Trump, right? Because he's been so pompous, right? So arrogant in his dealings that, King Charles kind of have to remind him, or where you came from pretty much, all right? Because America has seemingly forgotten its place, okay? And the beast, which is NATO and the EU, and its horns, gave America his seat on the throne. America pretty much rode the power structure that was already in place. It was just the next man up and just so happened to be the most prominent. Okay, but it came up through the works of, Great Britain, the French, right? Spain, right? These nations had a lot to do with the success of America, right? America's a melting pot, right? So it's multicultural, meaning that people from different cultures come here to, play this monopoly game and make money. America's a whore, okay? But all of a sudden, this American nationalism has been revised, right? And it's been turned into, almost, a weapon against America and its allies, right? So these countries are seeing through it, and they're not liking the rhetoric that they're receiving from Trump. And this gesture is kind of a show to it, because he'll never speak out against King Charles, right? Because he knows better, man. America, in the grand scheme of things, as much as power it projects, it really has none. Okay, it really has none. This is Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land and a desert. Speaking about America, because America is going to be obliterated from thermonuclear fire, and its mother being England, it's going to participate in that. Your allies are no longer for you. They're not with you. Okay. You're on an island by yourself, and you're about to find that out the hard way. Okay, and this pompous talk, this arrogant attitude isn't going to help at all. Matter of fact, it's going to speed things up. Okay? These nations have had it. Especially your own allies, man. They've had it with your shit, man. Okay? and you've been nothing but an embarrassment, especially with Trump coming into to power, right? His reign has been nothing but, psychotic at best, right? Chaotic. Everybody's motion is being fucked up. The world is hurting and reeling, but yet this, devil come talking, big talk, man. Because of the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shai shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and his or the plague. Right? Nobody's gonna remember this place for its good deeds, so to speak. Okay, they're all gonna look at this place and think, hey, thank the Lord that this place was taken out for all the trouble it's caused, right? For all the bullshit it produced. The world's going to rejoice, okay? This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? They're going to all turn on you. All of your key allies, strategic partners, you talking about leaving NATO, right? Thinking that, really it's nothing but simplicity, man. You think that they're going to come begging for you, okay? Like they're going to stroke your ego. They're not. But they're going to let you venture off, right? Just like you do with any good old hoe. Okay, and you're going to fuck around and find out. Okay, you did what you were supposed to do. Your services are no longer needed. Contract terminated. All right, and we're going to see how big and bad you is on your own against everybody else. Okay, this place has a rude awakening. This is Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So when you finally cool down and come to reality, when you start reeling from the economic pains, and we start seeing them losses pile in from this war, then you're going to want somebody to be, favorable towards you. But they're going to remember all the things in which you said and did. Okay? And in the end, no one's going to be in your corner, man. And you're going to receive the brunt of a great judgment to happen to all the earth, but especially here in America. So with that, all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shem, Rakakwadash, Wa, Abba, Babal, and DTA, DTN.